Hi everybody. I want to talk about the smear campaign, what it is, what to expect, and how to protect yourself from it, and in some cases you can turn it around on whoever's doing the smearing. So smear campaign, there's a much better word for it that you should adopt. It's called gossip. That's how you should see it. That's how you should treat it. That's the word you should use for anything and everything that they're saying and doing. You call it gossip. That's the better word. It's got a much deeper meaning. It's something that people regularly understand versus smear campaign, smear tactic. People don't tend to respond to it as profoundly as people respond to the term gossip. So I'll lead out with that. Change, you get to choose your definitions when it comes to how you interact with a smear campaign. So choose the definition of gossip, and that's how you should handle it. So what is the best way of dealing with this smear campaign and this gossip? So the key point to understand when you're when you're in direct conflict with a narcissist and they start doing the smear campaign, the key thing to understand is that they've been waiting a long time for this. They've been planning from the very beginning. As part of the narcissist nature, they take constant inventory of the things they can use against you. As a matter of fact, a narcissist is more likely to come into your friendship and come into your into a close relationship after they've identified something that they can use against you, either something that you said, something you hurt their feelings, or something that can make you look bad. So recognize that a narcissist is not going to associate with people who have the upper hand over them. It's people that they have no recourse against and can take no action against and make no threats against. Narcissists have no use for those people. They don't bother with them. So the fundamental thing you need to understand, they've been stacking ammo from the day y'all became close. The day you became close was when they already had something. So with that in mind, how do you fight this? How do you combat it? How do you fight it? Let them be terrible. So there is there's a conflict we see all the time. We always hear terms thrown around like, for instance, with guns. You hear of a gunfight. You hear of a gun battle, right? You also hear the terms first-degree murder, assault with a deadly weapon, assassination, right? So what's the difference with all those terms? The difference is the number of participants and who is participating and who is doing the shooting. So when you find yourself dealing with a smear campaign, sometimes it helps to use a couple of plays out of the narcissist playbook. Number one, they're fully expecting you to engage. They've thought about it, they've planned about it. They think, okay, I'm going to do A, and then he's going to respond doing B or C or D. If he does B, then I need to do E, F, or G. If he does C, then I need to do H, I, or J. They plot it all out, right? So they're ready. They're like Wile E. Coyote. No, seriously. So when you find yourself in a smear campaign, you have to do one of the hardest things imaginable, and that is nothing. Okay? Because here's what's going to happen. The second you engage it, everything you do it's like a physics thing. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But they try to cheat that. For every action you do, there's an even bigger opposite reaction. And then they try to pummel you and pummel you and pummel you. It'd be like, okay, if you're walking down the street and you bump shoulders with Mike Tyson, you're not gonna say anything. You're just gonna duck your head and go, right? Why? Because he's a fighter. People that thrive on fighting, you don't really want to get involved with them, right? So when you find yourself facing a smear campaign, really truly do several things. Number one, do absolutely nothing. Give no ground, take no ground, say nothing, roll your eyes, literally greet them with silence. If they don't go walking away, don't tuck your tail, just stand there in silence. And whenever they're sitting there, like, with their big grin, like, ha ha ha, I got you, you just be like, that makes you feel good, whatever. Like, be as neutral as possible. Don't do anything, because they've got this whole, like they're just itching, they're just waiting. An analogy I've given before, think of like pro wrestling, where they have the one wrestler down in the ring, he's all angry, he's all pumped up, he's all hitting his chest, hitting his head, he's on the microphone, he's calling out his opponent, his arch enemy, and he's wanting this other guy to come down. And then the other guy makes his entrance and he's all the way across the arena on the stage, and then they're talking back and forth, right? You got one guy in the arena pumped, ready to go. He's trying to bait the other guy into the ring. Can he do it? Can he do it? Will he do it? Oh, and there he goes. He goes running in, and bam, chair. Right? Now, instead of two pro wrestlers, imagine it's one pro wrestler and then just, you. Right? That's not going to go well. You don't want to do that. You don't want to look like a coward either. So you just remain neutral. The other thing you do is just don't talk about it to anybody. Don't acknowledge him. Do not do anything to propagate it. Because the one thing about emotional manipulation and emotional abuse, it only works when you respond. I'll say that again. Smear campaigns, emotional abuse, and emotional manipulation only work when you give a response. And it can be any response, but that's the only way it can work. Because when you don't respond, they're just a crazy person spouting shit at a statue, right? And every crazy person knows eventually they've learned to recognize whenever they're starting to look crazy, and they tone it down. They shut off, right? They go more covert. So, that's what you need to do. Just do nothing, say nothing, and if you ever need to address it, just use the term gossip. Just be like that. Yeah, they gossip a lot. That's why I don't associate with them anymore. I figured they would, but that's who they are. Why are you gossiping? And here's the other thing, and this is the biggest reason why. Never underestimate other people's ability to see somebody's bullshit. Never underestimate other people's intelligence. If you're a good person and you've done what you feel is best, and if you've done right by your life, then you truly have nothing to defend yourself about. You don't need to defend yourself against lies, because lies do eventually get discovered. It takes time. And that's the thing. The smear campaign defeats itself when given enough time. The smear campaign eats you alive if you lose your patience, if you don't wait. You have to wait it out. Let people see for themselves that this person is a gossiper, that this person is a shit talker, and they're going to learn to recognize that that an open ear is an open mouth. Whoever it is that they're recruiting to their side won't be there forever. So Let them do that. And this is the other great thing about, this is one thing that's actually good about the smear campaign and the narcissist. They'll actually do what I would call a social circle cleanse on you. What that means is that people in your life that do not fully support you, or who have malleable, influenceable opinion of you, the narcissist is going to remove them from your lives. And that's actually a good thing. It hurts a little bit because you're like, damn, man, I thought we were closer than that. However, you should be grateful, like, man, I thought we were closer than that. Thankfully they're gone now, because I could have seriously tried to rely on somebody that I couldn't depend on. So that is actually an unintended benefit of the smear campaign. Don't dare open your mouth to whoever's smearing you. Don't open your mouth about that. Let them do the cleaning for you. It's like, that's amazing. You're gonna come into my house and take all of my cockroaches out of my house and laugh as you're running out, like, look, I got all your cockroaches. Oh, good, take them with you. Take as many as you need. So that's what the smear campaign is. That's the mechanics of it. You should always frame it as gossip. Never engage it. Never engage this person anyways. Just stay silent. That's the other funny thing about narcissists. They are so uncomfortable with silence. If you just stand there, like after they're done talking, you can stare at them, acknowledge them, and literally just refuse to speak. You know, it drives them nuts. Oh, so you're ignoring me now. I see. So this is the game you're gonna play? This is the game you want to play? Oh, okay, that's fine. I can do that. You know what? You wanna be silent? That's fine. You know what? I got plans for you. They're gonna be sitting there, talking their shit, and just stay quiet. As long as you're quiet. It's like I said before, they've been stacking ammo from the beginning. Do you want to be in a gunfight? Because to the people around you, that's part of the smear campaign. The smear campaign operates heavily on triangulation and on other people, right? So other people are going to be staring at this conflict to make a determination. It's either going to be a gun battle and you're not going to win because the narcissist has already set the stage, or the narcissist is just going to look like an asshole. Make them look like the asshole. Don't participate. It's one thing if it's a shootout between two people. An assassination is another thing. That's clearly very wrong. And people who assassinate people stand judgment, and they get the death penalty. People cut them off, right? Let them show their true colors, right? So, as backwards as this sounds, I know it's not thrilling to hear. And trust me, it is hard. It is hard. I've been having to do this for 5 years, and I've finally found a way for it to work. Use the term gossip. Literally, just don't engage it. Don't involve yourself. Don't respond to it, because that's exactly what it is. It's a Wile E. Coyote kind of a Rube Goldberg crazy ass contraption. Don't engage it. Let them gossip themselves out of the group. It takes time. You're bound to lose friends at first. You're bound to look bad at first. Maintain your composure and remain calm. Eventually, as a function of time, the good ones will come back. Thank you very much for listening. Please like, comment, or share, and I'll see you on the next video.